Hi, friend. Time to create your dream life in midlife. Create your own growth mindset. It's a fast track to create your own dream life. A growth mindset give you endless possibilities and options in your life going forward. It is key to create your dream life. A growth mindset is something that you probably have in some areas today, and you have a fixed mindset in other areas. A growth mindset is when you embrace change, when you think that you can train your brain to learn new things. You think that intelligence can be developed, and you see that the effort is the key thing for you to become a master at anything. And you also embrace feedback, constructive feedback, of course, and you are also inspired by the success of others. And all of these things create amazing possibilities for you to grow and learn new things all through life. When you have a fixed mindset, you avoid challenges, you think things are too hard, you expect reward without effort, you ignore feedback that you get, and you are threatened by the success of others because you think that intelligence is static and it cannot change. I mean, if somebody has more intelligence than you, it's nothing you can do about it. And especially in midlife. When we are in midlife now, we grew up during a time when we didn't know about neuroplasticity. We didn't know about the brain's ability to grow new pathways. We thought that we got a specific amount of intelligence when we were born, and that's what we had to make do with all our life. And also all these intelligence tests that we are all doing all through life when we are applying for new jobs or something like that sort of imply that you have a certain level of intelligence. But we now know that you can grow your intelligence. And if you apply yourself to anything, you can become more skilled in that area. But it comes down to your mindset. It's important to be curious of your own mindset because you can identify where you have a growth mindset and where you have a fixed mindset. And this was shown in research by Carol Dweck in the end of the 1990s. So by now it's quite established that you shouldn't, for instance, label kids as intelligent or smart or give them sort of identity regarding their performance. It's very important to praise the effort instead. Because if the effort is the one that's valued and praised in your life, you continue to make effort and more effort. Children who are praised or given a label, an identity as smart, they try to live up to that identity by always succeeding. They have a much harder time to take on new challenges. If the effort is what's required, you do things that are hard because you know that it takes an effort and effort is what is rewarded. So it's important also for yourself because now in midlife, it's your own feedback that is the most important feedback. And you can actually change all patterns of giving yourself an identity or creating a fixed mindset for yourself with a new mindset and a new feedback system for yourself, where you actually praised yourself for the effort you put into something. It was actually a study in the late 1990s, in 1996, where they asked parents if they believed that their children's intelligence was fixed or not. It sort of implies if you have a fixed mindset or fixed view on your kid or not. And 85% in 1996 of the parents thought that their intelligence level of their kids was fixed. And that's not surprising. That's what we knew at the time. Since we, as middle aged, grew up in this environment, it of course have impacted our own view and our own deeper understanding of ourselves. We believe that this is how it works, especially if we haven't really thought about it. So it's important to start new growth mindset habits to create your own growth mindset in all kinds of situations. What you need to do is to focus on giving yourself feedback for your effort and to think about things that you might not be able to do them and you might not be able to do them yet. So challenge yourself and go out of your comfort zone. And failure is also something that many of us have a hard time to accept. We won't really like to put ourselves in a situation where we risk failure. And this is fatal. It is fatal for our ability to live a full life. As long as we see failure as something shameful, we cannot grow. But if we see failure as a testament of our own bravery for daring to take on a new thing, it's another thing. It's something that we can learn from and we actually can be proud of. Okay, I tried this and I failed and I learned this, and now I'll try again or try something different or find a new strategy. Accompanied with this is that we become curious of learning things that we don't know yet. In midlife, many of us grow sort of comfortable with what we know and would like to stay there because it's so embarrassing for us to try out something new. And it's really important that we do that we grow our abilities and learn new things. We might have become so proficient in certain areas that they lost their attraction for us. And we should move on to new areas and keep our curiosity and our willingness to learn and the joy of learning. And it is important for us to find other people who have this growth mindset and surround ourselves with them. Because if you are in a fixed mindset environment, it's very hard to develop a growth mindset of your own. So invite new people and get to know new people who have a growth mindset, who embrace new experiences and to learn and to grow. This is really key for your own development going forward. What you can start with is to reflect on your own mindset in certain situations. And if you have labels on yourself, if you think of yourself with certain labels that you are smart or good at things and perhaps bad at things and that you tend to avoid, and consider if other people have told you that you are bad at things or told you that you are good at things. And if you believe them, what do you believe that you are bad at? What do you believe that you are good at? And how can you move this story of your own? How can you move the story of your own abilities to something that really benefit you going forward? In the notes to this episode, I have a checklist for you with different actions and questions that you can ask yourself and habits that you can create to cultivate a growth mindset going forward. Just because you might not have a growth mindset in midlife, it doesn't mean that you can't cultivate one. So, friend, get a growth mindset and see you soon.